Hello and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we're pleased to bring you a Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Sanity tournament match. It is Swiss round 2, and sorry I'm going to have to fix cropping, and I'm going to leave this to my two lovely commentators, Excalibur and Antisim. How you doing today, gentlemen? And I will talk to you later. Thank you.
See you, Nori. Good luck. I apologize to Nori. First off, I asked the streamer to make his stream bigger from our purposes, and it, of course, made Nori's life worse. This is week 2 of Swiss. I, like a bad commentator, didn't look up how these guys did last week. Did you look up their records, Antis?
I believe both of them lost last week.
All right, so this is an 0-1 match, but they are still live. It's 8 weeks of Swiss. X and 1 makes the finals. There will be a playoff race amongst the X and 2s. We'll see how they do. I did a race earlier today that resulted in an hour-long go mode hunt. So hopefully this race doesn't have quite such an unfortunate endgame.
Yeah, hopefully we get a nice Ganon location and nothing locked behind GT today. Let's just hope for that.
But making them find GT is great.
Not if we want to be done in 2.5 hours.
Oh no, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Although maybe not these runners, but I am firmly convinced that the top tier Crosskeys runners can check all 216 locations in 2:25.
That's yeah. Just depends on how much where the connectors are and how much the overworld you have to traverse or how much bunny travel you have to do. There's a lot of stuff.
So the race earlier, the primary Dark World connector was from the Witch's Hut to Dark World Bumper Ledge, and it was Spiral Cave.
Oh no!
I think that each runner traversed it 3 times at various times, and then was very dedicated to not saving and quitting because they didn't want to do that again. So
yeah, that's understandable. At least you can fake Flipper from Link's house to get there pretty quickly to at least the Witch's Hut.
They got lots of practice at that. Flute was in the Dark World somewhere.
Of course.
Unfortunate.
Can't be nice.
What is it that would make you happy to see? What?
I think I would be very happy to see something behind Aga Tower. Something at Lumberjack Ledge. This is twofold. That way you're going to need boots, so you're going to find those, so we're going to go fast. And 2, it's just evil enough, but not too evil like GT would be.
So, if you really want to be mean, my favorite reason to need to beat Ganon 1 is to unlock the main entrance of the castle, or the door that leads to Aga Tower in the vanilla game. That barrier goes away after you beat Aga, and very, very occasionally, beating Aga is required to unlock that door.
Ooh, that would be certainly interesting. I've never seen that situation. That would be really cool to see, though, for sure.
Yeah, it happens once in every 1,000 seeds, but it's good for stories. So it looks like they're going off in about 8 seconds. We'll see what opening they go with. It used to be everybody went straight to the Witch's Hut, did Houlihan, got $225. But the opening that TJ is going with, opening at Sank, is, I think, maybe it's regionally limited now. It certainly got popular about, last year's tournament. It is more volatile because there's a bunch of different places that Sanctuary could be, and so you have to have sort of more plans. But the advantages are there's several different ways that it's an advantage. One of which is if you start in Kakariko, it's just great. And it can get you a lot more information quickly.
Yep. And it looks like we got the lamp out of the Sanctuary chest, and it's behind Lumberjack, so that Hyrule Castle key is going to be a lot more important now.
Yeah. Yeah, with the lamp already out, if that Sewer's key turns up, they should beeline it to the first part of the castle they see, frankly.
Yep. And that's Lumberjack. Okay, and TJ's going to go check it.
Yeah.
Just bombs.
With most of the drop downs, you see the lumberjack and you can just go hop in and call it good. But of course, this one's item locked, so marking off that he doesn't have to come back is totally worth the peak time.
Yep. And I think that was a mushroom on the race game. We'll have to wait till we find the connector to that, or the mirror at least, in Dark World Access. That's a conundrum. And there's Ganon. Lovely.
Yeah, a good find. One of the more convenient spots. And now TJ has to really not screw up this Houlihan. You don't want to go fight Ganon just quite yet.
At least it'll be a quick death warp.
Yeah, but you really want your $225.
That's true. But we did see that at least guards are dropping bombs. Magnohato found that out at least.
TjMaelstrom doing the rarely seen walking into the front door of Link's house. Magno got 3 bombs from somewhere. I missed exactly where. I guess guard bomb drops plus 50-50 bushes.
Yeah, I think so.
He made the unconventional choice of starting at Link's house and doing the Seth route to Kakariko. And before the race earlier today, I had never seen anybody do that. And now there's 2 in one day.
I believe that was Super Bunny
yes.
at the shop there.
But the inconvenient way to get into Super Bunny. So
yes. And in Hyrule Castle, we've got the connector of Spectacle Rock. If they can do the bomb jump, yeah. And looks like Magnohato is going to try that out. They're going to find out both pieces of information here. I don't think that's deep enough. Oh, it was? Okay.
So TJ found Graveyard Ledge, which is basically the best bomb farm early in the game. So went in there a couple times to go check out what was there. TJ is going to go do Super Bunny now. The way that the game intended, which nobody liked.
All the way around.
Looks like Spec Rock bomb jump led to East Death Mountain.
Ooh, but East Death Mountain on 3 hearts is not easy. With dead rocks everywhere.
And Magnohato choosing to let it sank now gets the good/bad news about Aga. Your wish that we might have to do Aga may come true here. This is one of the ways to make it happen.
Oh, but hey, a sword in Super Bunny. That's definitely worth it.
And while we're getting the items here, we might as well check this one-way connector. It's actually not a hideously bad connector, so if it goes somewhere good, or somewhere entirely essential, like it just did.
Yeah, there's Dark World access.
Not the most exciting Dark World access, but
at least it's not like having to go all the way to the Witch's Hut for it.
yeah.
But until the mirror comes, it is kind of annoying.
Well, and we're depending on how much entrance diving we have to do later, we'll have to go back through there with a mirror to get to the Light World Ledge.
That's true.
That location is one of it's about half a dozen in the game that are required to be connectors because they would otherwise be potentially unreachable.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like our Hoarder Crabs are dropping 20 rupees today, so it's going to be easy to farm up rupees today.
Which is good, because neither runner decided to do Houlihan. So,
well, TJ did Houlihan.
Sure, he did. I apologize. I'm full of lies.
Though we do find another Dark World connector, but this time to the swamp area at Light World Hype Cave.
That one's much better. It is
both
a shorter connector and leads somewhere. Maybe it's not more useful, but.
I mean, you still need the mitts before you can get to the Kakariko area, or hammer and hookshot.
Yeah. The
Dark Kakariko area, man.
Village of Outcast.
Yes.
The advantage of that connector is that you don't get murdered by Murderdactyls. Which,
that's true. There's another connector. That is the other side of not Spectral Rock. Bumper Cave.
Bumper Cave, yeah. Mark that one down for later. But
And that's the one you can hookshot across, right? In Logic? Or is that...
Yeah, you can go from the top to the bottom in Logic, which is
Okay.
very helpful with Crosskeys. But yeah, you walk up to the bumper and you can hook to the pots.
Alright, we got C-shaped house in Thieves' Hut, which is just actually a Thieves' Hut because it actually had a bunch of money hidden inside.
I'm unconvinced by this. Check by Magno. This is a long enough walk. You should just go and drop down the top down. I think maybe not.
Well, also, I don't think Magnohato has checked where Ganon is yet, so...
No. But once you've walked in, once you found the thief hideout...
got it. Okay.
Odd is the green pendant.
Lovely. We do get a small key to Meyer, a heart, and piece of heart. Okay, so... nothing too useful. That small key to Meyer helps a little bit, but there's plenty of keys in Meyer itself.
And it saves... Come back there later. Oh, Magnohato's back to this...
Didn't have the money earlier, I think.
But has found some looter traps and is impressively up to 500 rupees with at 8 minutes, having not done Houlihan.
Yep. And that's the back of Old Man.
Which is a connector, but with things left to do in Kakariko, have no reason to do that quite yet. That's useless fairy.
Yeah. Does that mean the bat is at GT then? Because I feel like we've seen all the drop downs.
Did anybody check Uncle? Ooh, so we haven't seen Uncle.
Oh, that's right. We haven't seen Uncle yet.
Haven't checked Uncle. So.
That's right.
So we're a little bit short on process elimination.
Just a little short. And there's Skull Woods, which TJ could go beat when he finds it, because I know he knows the bomb jump for it with the lamp, but I don't know if anyone wants to do Fighter Sword, 5 Heart, Green Mail, Mothula.
Yeah, well, no, and they certainly don't want to do it until they have to, right? Like, there's no... I think there's no single item at this point that would make me excited to go do that. Also, they haven't gone and done, as Chad is pointing out, you can do it having not found any real keys, but you have to go to actual Skullwoods first.
That is true. I always forget that part.
Just go steal the useless key and Misery Mire. In middle of Skullwoods, which is always there, and it's always in the same spot, more or less. But you'd have to actually do that. You can even do it as a bunny. You have to.
Yeah, you just take a little death warp and then boom.
I don't think these runners should be too excited about bunny walking at this point, but it's worth knowing that that's there. There's both of these vectors are potentially, both potentially required and lead to large swaths of the Dark World.
Yep. Like the only area of Dark World that we don't have access to, at least on the lower portion, is the pod area at this point.
Which is one of the more alarming parts to
TJ can't decide if he wants to go into that just yet.
I think the reasonable self-argument that he's making here is that if you're going to go all the way and get the item, you might as well check one of the other exits, at which point you're stuck. So, you should go and finish off your Kakariko sweep first. Then go back and walk through.
Yeah. And I believe that was a pendant at Desert. Yes, it was.
I trust the trackers to deal with that stuff because I am never fast enough on the map checks.
Yep. And it looks like our trackers are on top of it, and it was a pendant. Thank you for that.
My once per session thanks to Siberian and Jinxie Girl, who are our trackers tonight. We always look dumb without you, so thanks.
Yep.
Magnohato making the slightly controversial choice to go left first instead of right. This way, you're not losing an entrance to the glove, which is totally reasonable.
But paying off with Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah.
But no real weapon to kill them with other than the bombs, and that can be kind of annoying.
It's totally doable, but it's obnoxious.
Just depends on how trolly these... Oh, down to a single heart now. Has to be very careful. Oh, no.
Magnohato is streaming with Facecam for us to watch, and his look of bemusement was strong at taking that death.
Yeah.
Welcome, those of you joining us from the main channel. This is a Links to Past Crosskeys Key Sanity, Crossworld Key Sanity race. First round 2. We're about 10 minutes in. The runners found the lamp in the very first chest and are now looking for good stuff.
And we also do have that glove early, which is nice because it'll help us get around a lot better. Because a glove can be pretty annoying in Crosskeys from what I've seen.
First glove is really, really important. And the second glove is almost irrelevant.
But we do have desert up here on the mountain. Desert main entrance, at least. That could be some interesting connectors from there.
Yeah, they're really slow connectors. Oh,
they are.
Back for another round of mini Moldorms.
This time doing a lot better, though.
It looks like TJ is heading back to Desert, which is the last place to go here. So you might as well go in.
And there's a big key in Moldorm Cave, the Ice Palace.
Yeah.
But other than that, not really much.
I mean, it was worth the repeat trip, whether or not there's things there, right? Can't just leave 5 things lying around. So I expect...
What was that about that second glove?
So with the mitts this early, I'm lifting up some dark colored rocks fairly aggressively. Just arrows on the torch is a nice thing to take off.
Yeah. And both of them were fairly accessible too. They weren't like deep in the logic or anything. Just like a connector apart, really. Oh, hello, Ice Rod Cave.
Am I still quiet, chat?
Ooh, and now TJ takes a death. Yeah, those crabs hurt. But at least, if he goes down the south route, he can get back to that area pretty quickly and explore the rest if he needs to, or if he wants to.
As usual, I have looked away from the game to fix a technical problem, and I have to figure out what's going on again.
Yeah, TJ took a small death there, unfortunately.
Womp.
But before he could check this connector that... Oh, and he's found Thieves Town here in the one connector TJ couldn't check. Or one location. I could have some important items here. Just a small key. That's a big key and a small key to ice already.
Your earlier mushroom spotting was proven correct. It's like the worst thing to be there. one mystery item is not exactly what you want to find in your peekable locations. And TJ going the inconvenient way through the Turtle Rock Escape Cave.
Oh, and there's a bow sitting in that Thieves' Town. Wow.
Yeah.
And Ether. Okay. Sure. Ether is, well, Magnohato can't use it yet because no sword, but it can be a nice deterrent to have when you're still on green mail and low hearts.
So TJ has emerged in the pod area and has decided that now is the time for bunny walking.
This is a dangerous area to be bunny walking for sure, though.
As long as you know the murder dactyls mostly go in circles, it's not so bad. But the incentive to do the bunny walk here as opposed to elsewhere is that the item on the pyramid is in logic as a bunny, and it's always there, and so there's just that little bit more pull towards actually going and exploring as a bunny in the pod area than there is elsewhere in the Dark World.
There's Meyer Shed.
It is not that hard to set up Super Bunny into that door using the guards there. If you attract them, if you enter the door, I think in the first frame, it's the first few frames of knockback from an enemy, you enter the Super Bunny state. You can also do it with the mirror and a couple of other ways. And then you can open the two chests.
I did not know that was possible. I knew about the mirror one, but that's about it. But I did not know about that one.
Yeah. So you basically lure the enemy into hitting you while you're standing in the doorway, and then off you go. Yeah.
And there is a key on that ledge there. It's a Hera. Haven't found it yet, but sure. We'll take it before we get there.
Not the one you really want to find, is it?
No, yeah, but better find it before you get to Hera than afterwards.
Sure. But the time I would like to find it is never.
Understandable.
I don't want to even be conflicted. Alright, so here's the first midst-locked location. And it's nothing.
Alright, but with the mitts, Magnohato will be able to check a couple of vanilla Super Bunny Cave. And see if it's actually vanilla. Here in a moment. Well, we know it's not vanilla. We've already seen Super Bunny Cave, duh. But yeah, there's nothing here on this area. But hey, free bombs for them. Or not free bombs, but easy bombs.
Affordable bombs.
Yep. Alright, so let's see if I wonder if TJ's gonna go take the other. Yeah, TJ's gonna take the other connector now. Find out where the non-bomb jump way goes to.
The actual in-logic exit?
Yes, that one.
Oh.
What's logic, anyways?
And here's Magnohato doing... So,
and it's useless.
It's not useless. TJ has hit the use case for that connector, which is... you haven't been over here yet.
That's true. Oh, and maybe it's not so useless because you'll have to do it again.
That's both of them taking a death in Mini Mulder Cave.
Yes. I wonder what's faster, just walking there or taking the connector?
It's walking, because they don't have a... The connector doesn't come from somewhere particularly good.
That's true.
And this way you get to walk past other things.
Yeah, you can check that one check. Or that one, or the two
You get the dam,
there.
and you also get the rock. which
That's
is totally lit up. And Magnohato not quite murdered. This, on the other hand, is not a convenient location to set up damage super money. Also, I think more damage would kill Magno.
Yeah, they're on green mail. Just about every enemy in the Dark World's gonna kill them on 2 hearts.
Mark that as a chest and come back to it later.
Doesn't look like Magnohato's gonna risk Skull Woods. Is gonna come down to the Village of Outcast area instead.
So I am dubious. I mean,
Or not.
slightly
He's
dubious
going straight up to Skull Woods with that health.
about the lack of going to Zora on both players' parts here. Zora area is totally in logic. They have the money.
They might be waiting for like a Moon Pearl to make sure they can get Waterfall Cave as well.
So Magno falls in, and falls into the worst place to fall in.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting a guaranteed key, but they're gonna have to use it.
This is one that there's a strong argument that going in the front door is correct. So you can eventually leave with that key. But
And there's our first pod key of many. Well, maybe not many. It is a pendant today.
of many.
Alright, but we are seeing our first Hyrule Castle check here. It's Spike Cave. Sure.
But the right response. Auto continuing plan. Budget Bunny Revival in Skullwoods.
Okay, so the uncle is at Ganon then, because that was the magic bet.
Yeah. And the good use of ether. Applaud this use of ether.
Absolutely.
Some statue, but sorry, I got distracted by ether being actually used by runners in a intelligent way.
Like, what's this medallion usage? I'm not used to it. For my Pink Friday, the reason we have mitts already is because we got a glove off of the bottle vendor, and then one just sitting in Desert Palace, which we found pretty early as well. So we had a glove at about 14 minutes in. It was pretty insane, honestly.
Titans mitts, both runners.
Yes, Titans mitts.
The fancy gloves.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm hoping that TjMaelstrom, after completing the S-Rod area, is going to fake flipper.
I mean, he's got the money for it, and I know he can do the water walk. But even with the water walk, never mind. That's not going to help because you're not going to be able to get Waterfall Fairy with the Moon Pearl. Never mind.
Here's Thieves Town, which has a bow in it, so it's good news for TJ. Magnohato has now used his spare key, which means that he's going to have to find a real Z's key at some point.
We did find a second pod key with that, though.
I'm not excited. I'm not excited by those pod keys.
No, not at all. Pod logic is always interesting, to say the least.
I mean, basically, whenever you find it, you should dive in and get some stuff, and you go as far as you could.
Yeah, they did find the same sword, Roger. which was in Super Money Cave.
It's the third entrance that one of them checked. So,
Yeah.
um,
We've had it for a bit. And there's just $100 on Lake Kylie Island. And it looks like...
And Silid Elite!
There we go.
The person I was hoping to do Big Flipper has decided to go to Desert instead. But we're getting some sweet Fake Flipper action from Magnohato. That was really nicely done.
Yes,
Always
it
nice
was.
Nice to see that trick when it works. I feel like it's finicky enough that it seems to succeed about half the time.
Let's see if it pays off for him. I mean, it gives him some knowledge for Skull Woods.
Walk around the campfire, jump back in.
Yep.
That's perfect. The easiest fake flipper spot in the game.
It is. Oh, and hey, what do you know? There's the other side of the desert, and it's one of our fake flipper locations. At the Waterfall Ferry.
Only we had the Moon Pearl. That might decrease TJ's interest in fake flippering slightly.
Now these are actual free bombs for Magnohato. Okay, so Magnohato's not planning on fake flippering out of here again to go do Zora, because he's checking out Ice Palace's entrance, which is the other side of Spiral Cave, the useless side.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him re-fake flipper and check the water or the Zora area.
Nope, it looks like he's heading up to Uncle. Or Magic Bat today. That's true. Could have splash deleted from Waterfall to Zora, but I think he got those mitts and had Dark Death Mountain on his mind, just because he knew where the center of that Desert Mountain led, and he hadn't checked that yet. That's my assumption, at least.
I am kind of astonished at how dedicated these runners are to not going to the in-logic King Zora.
Logic is for schmucks.
Yeah. You're running out of places to go.
That's true, they really are.
You're not one but two pairs of gloves at you in 10 minutes. You're like, nah, I'm not interested. It looks like I expect actually Magnohato to be going to bomb setups for Big Flipper. So
Alright, and it looks like TJ's actually going to go ahead and check where Uncle or the old man leads to. We have not seen that yet in our travels.
Oh, it's a perfectly fine connector, and sometimes this is entirely required. Even sometimes to go rescue the old man, you're like, hey, you're fine, mate. That's a good spot.
Top of Dark Death Mountain. Sure. I'll take that. That's nice to find early, especially if Swamp turns out to be a crystal.
In
which case today it's not, as we actually did get that map check earlier from TJ, and our eagle-eye trackers did figure out that it was a pendant. It was way too quick for me to see. I'm
impressed by full information at half an hour.
That's true. Well, it's almost full information. We still need the 5-6 crystals.
Yeah, but Magnohato demonstrating the rarely seen actual glove path to King Zora here.
Oh yeah, it's very unique.
It's faster to fake flipper usually.
Hey, we know where this leads to. I don't think TJ does, but we do.
But if you get through it, you get Super Bunny status. So you can get.
If you get through it, is the key word there.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. Shovel.
Oh come on, Zora, really?
All right. See if TJ's bravery pays off.
Not a great shovel. Bottle. It's another fetch quest.
I enjoy the use of the red potion to check what this exit is, and then presumably sigh.
Yeah, very lucky.
All right, now that we've decided that going to Zora is worth it, it's obviously the case that going and checking this shovel that Zora sold us is worth it.
It was. It's got the hook shot.
Yeah.
And it looks like TJ may also be heading up there now. The walking way. Nope, he's going to Eastern.
Has not yet checked the eastern area. 3 entrances.
But
over
what
here.
this does is, since we have access to Death Mountain, it gives us the east side of Death Mountain too, or the west side.
Yes, the west side, the little known backwards way. PJ has found laser bridge at Central, or at eastern area.
Yep. And this is our first laser bridge, first ever rock entrance. We'll find a few of those. Sure, another bottle. Won't say no to that. But other than that, not too much. There's more money. Go to Zora. Go to Zora. That's what the seed's telling you.
Fortunately or unfortunately, any money you find is completely irrelevant for
I know.
life. So.
It doesn't mean that I can't say that.
But the gloves actually, should update your prior somewhat. The money should not.
Yep.
We wouldn't want to mislead our viewers.
Yep, that's... Alright, so...
Magnohato thinking about setting up damage Super Bunny. This is not the easiest way to do it. But gets it.
Piece of heart, which is a refill, which is nice. And $20, so at least you can mark it off your tracker and not have to worry about it.
I mean, given that it took, 5 seconds to set that up, totally worth it.
Yeah. Was that Vanilla Eastern?
I believe so.
What is this nonsense?
Certainly it's vanilla-ish Eastern.
That's true, no big key will be in here, but still.
And let's go get that small key.
You're not wrong, Estolia, but what's the likelihood?
5 and 216. Roughly.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Ah, got it. Alright, it looks like Magnohato's not far behind, but does have that hook shot, which will make some of these checks a little bit quicker. You don't have to go all the way around, and you can move around a bit quicker with that hook shot as well.
Yeah. No, that's right. Magnohato demonstrating that if you fall off the bridge, have the top door as your spawn point, you can iframes your way into that top chest. The top and the bottom ones you can get on iframes. The middle ones you actually have to know what you're doing.
Meanwhile, we did find the GT big key in Eastern there. So it wasn't the Eastern big key, but it was a big key.
Yeah. And
Which
that GT
could
big
be
key
required?
gives us 5 redraws on finding the Eastern big key, roughly.
Yeah.
Actually, a few more than that, given that Uncle is behind the pyramid, in the pyramid thing.
That's true. So 7 total chests I could have, but still. It's not great logic-wise. It's like, why would you do that, Seed? Why would you do that?
Turns out that there's enough things in this game that are like 0.5% likelihood that one of them is going to happen almost every race. Like, The birthday paradox, basically.
Alright, well, there's the third small key to pod we found already.
And a bow.
And a bow, so we can give us one more key and we can full clear the dungeon. The awkward way, but we can full clear it. Well, can't beat the boss, no hammer, but still.
11 free chances of that. It looks like both of our runners are willing to dip Eastern at this point, which I think I agree with.
I am a little surprised that Magnohato came over here instead of going back up to Death Mountain with that hook shot.
Yeah, me too. The path to Death Mountain wasn't that quick, but I agree with you. Going right to left on Death Mountain, I mean, there's just way more entrances, including the guaranteed item for rescuing the old man. And while Magno doesn't yet know where the front of Old Man is, that's effectively another connector, basically for free for going to Death Mountain.
Yep. And it looks like TJ is going to go check those flippers locations now, pulling out that bow. A little bit different setup, but gets it nonetheless.
Ultimately the same. 3 arrows.
And he's not even going to go check the hobo. He's going straight for Zora.
Yeah.
Probably going to follow that logic. That's probably what he's thinking.
Yeah, I guess.
Has to be careful. Down it's just 2 hearts.
A GT big key would, of course, be more exciting if we knew where GT was. We seem to be getting an awful lot of keys to places we don't know where they are, and not a lot of keys to places where we do know where they are.
I mean, with what we have, we can climb GT.
Yeah.
Big key, bow. I think we have at least 1 small.
Yep. And the hook shots, you can...
And the hook shot, yeah, we can beat GT. Oh, that's terrible.
I am pretty sure that logically the top of GT is locked behind all the small keys.
That's not true at all. I've seen a Crosskeys seed where the Moon Pearl was up there and they only gave him two small keys and 1 big key.
Huh.
Yeah. It can absolutely want you to climb GT. 3 small keys. Okay, not 2, 3.
That's I'm much more. I believe that much more than 2.
Not in key sanity. Okay. We're getting Mini Helma is just 1 key, and that's where that Moon Pearl was that I was thinking of.
It's either got to be 0 or basically all of them, because you can squander all the rest of the keys in the basement.
0. Okay, 0 to get to Mini Helma then. Isn't logic lovely?
Yeah, and I have thought about the logic doesn't know which items you have, and the key logic in particular doesn't know which items you have, and while it could be rewritten to take that into account, it would make life even more complicated.
That's true, it would. It looks like TJ is going to take that hook shot straight over to Death Mountain. Meanwhile, Magnohato's going... I believe he checked Witch's Hut already, right? Because he walked up to... Oh no, he hasn't gotten any of these North Light World checks.
Yep.
Oh, here's Meyer.
TJ, yeah, so he's known about this for a long time, but with the hook shot in hand. This is also a bunch of items, and is actually on the way to Death Mountain. So
yeah.
On the other hand, doing these Meyer rooms with not a tremendous amount of toys is not super fun.
Especially because those whiz ropes are very finicky when you're using ether.
Yeah. And the hook shot, of course, in addition to getting you in the front door, is a really useful thing to have getting around some of these dungeons. And with one mire small, TJ gets to take the left first route rather than having to go and fish a key out of the top right part of mire.
Yep. Gonna go straight south and check out the cutscene chest, which everybody loves.
The most exciting part of Link to the Past. Ooh, Magnohato doing.
I think it did kill one Jacoper, but it was, yeah, it's rough. That timing is not great.
My favorite whirlpool.
Oh yeah. Now it looks like this is back to Death Mountain then. Through desert, which I feel like is the longer way, but either way works, I guess.
Given where Sank is, this might be reasonable. Also, you get to use the whirlpool from town to Ice Red area, which makes you feel clever. Whether or not it's correct, you get to feel smart.
Fair enough. Hey, Blue Mail's nice.
Given the accidental deaths that are still going on in this seed, I agree. It does slow down death warping slightly, which is still a essential part of what's going on here, but
yeah, but I think you'd rather take a slower death warp than accidentally dying on the overworld to a Gibdo or something like that. Not a Gibdo, but like just some enemy. And there's a big key to Swamp.
Ooh.
Not the one key that not the. Actually, you don't want to even see the small key to Swamp in this seed, considering it's a pendant.
Yeah. Alright, Magnohato versus Cabbage. Cabbages are winning. Magnohato too cool for fairies.
He's pretty much past the cabbages portion though, so. Oh no. That's close. He's gonna have to go get health. Oh, but there's a moon pearl. There's a
made the correct choice to bail on the spike chests.
Yeah. We don't even have any invincibility items.
Nope.
So he's gonna have to leave that one behind, but that should be fine. I think he's gotten what the seed wanted him to get with that moon pearl and mire.
Yeah, that's certainly one of the biggest prizes in the game. So.
And now all of a sudden the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
Well, the dark world's your oyster.
This is the Death Mountain connector. Despite the ability to go to any part of the Dark World, going to Death Mountain first.
Oh, hey, here's your connection to the mire area. And it looks like Bombos is required to open up that location at least today.
Hopefully we don't need to do that.
Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we just come out of there at some point and be like, oh hey, here I am. And there's Hookshot Cave.
You're excited about Hookshot. So with a connection to the mire, we definitely don't need the flute. We'd still like to have it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe the flute will be convenient and oh hey, here's Castle Tower, which we can access exactly one check here. Which we know is in logic, but Magnohato does not. But is going to do it anyways, just because you're here. Why not? the bow, it's not even too difficult.
I mean, these next guards are the obnoxious ones. There we go.
And there's the hammer.
That's worth it.
Wow.
Yep. Magnohato is pleased with himself for that choice.
Understandably.
TjMaelstrom is unpleased with himself about these dead rocks.
I mean, is anyone ever pleased with dead rocks?
I mean, those were particularly, in his way, dead rocks.
That's true.
Alright. So TJ will presumably find the connector to the Mire area shortly. Given that it's up here on the mountain.
I have no doubt that he will follow it and then go ahead and do Castle Tower. Not only that, but he'll probably also go ahead and do Hookshot Cave, which Magnohato could not.
Yeah.
For homemade beer, we have not yet found GT.
So
it is still looming large.
For those of you that aren't aware of how the Crosskeys trackers work, for the dungeons, if the initials are showing in the tracker, the runner has not yet been there. And if it's a grayed out boss, they've found the dungeon but have not yet defeated it. And then fully illuminated is, as usual, defeated. Thanks for whoever was showing and telling while I was explaining. He successfully escaped the cabbages, but dead rocks were too much.
I don't know if Magnohato checked King's Tombs. I think he saw that connector and went straight. Yeah, it's a small key to Turtle Rock, which he does have. So he must have checked it.
Only crazy people do the right drop first and the left drop second. Which I think TJ did, actually. But
yes.
Which is why TJ hasn't yet followed the connector and gets to go around one more time. Yeah, Wallkicks, I'm also astonished that they have full information.
Yeah, we had it like, what, 25 minutes in? 30 minutes in?
Yeah.
Without finding the 5-6 crystals, yeah. We just got the maps to the pens really early and found Sasra fairly early.
Quick and easy map check.
Alright, we should get Hookshot Cave here from TJ. Or not. Not yet. Hold on.
Be too cool for Hookshot Cave?
I think he's going to come back after checking the other connector, or the other location. That way he can follow the connector once he finishes it.
It's certainly a longer walk than it is to the entrance of Hookshot Cave. Actually, if you're, it's as much as I said it was crazy, I think that there's arguments for both orders. Unlike East Step Mountain, where in general you should do the middle first.
So Brogger, they both found Misery Mire, but we found it really early before we had Hookshot or anything like that, because it's in Kakariko, right where near Nightmare Blacksmiths. So they couldn't really go in yet at that point. We did find a big key to Misery Mire, which is really annoying because we find it after we have to. It's required to go in.
Yeah, fine. Magnohato made the totally reasonable decision, I think, to go up to Death Mountain, which was possible with Hookshot, rather than doing Misery Mire first. And I don't think it'll make a. I think that's totally defensible. So.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, earlier we were wondering why he went to Eastern instead of going up the mountain. So And that's a connector you can probably write off because you're not going to want to do that unless you have mirror and you want to get to the Misery My area for whatever reason.
It is a useful place to come out because it's kind of an obnoxious place to get back to. So, yeah, it's nice to tick that off your.
That's true.
Tick that off your list. But it doesn't deserve to be marked on the old map. And here's Magnohato's Mr. Meyer play. So we will hopefully see shortly if the spike chest is something that TjMaelstrom is going to regret leaving behind.
And actually, with that hammer, we do have just regular Dark World access now. With Mitts and hammer.
It's cheating. Pick the portal out of Crosskeys.
Yeah. Hey, Mimic Cave after hammer. What's this? Not supposed to happen.
So that's very convenient.
Yeah.
TjMaelstrom walking into a block there while presumably trying to operate their map tracker with the other hand.
Another nice thing about that hookshot is it does kill Murderodactyls in one hit. Magnohato having to go ahead and use that.
So TjMaelstrom is going to show us new areas of the Dark World, with the privilege of doing so while not being a bunny.
And there's Hyrule Castle. That could certainly be an interesting connector, but the question is, do you scum the key, considering where what Aga locks?
Yeah, I would be sorely tempted to leave behind Zelda's cell in this situation, but
here's Flippers. It's a good find. We can go take out like Dark Shopping Mall, all that area as well now.
And Swamp.
That's true. We know where the dam is, so we can at least check the first chest of Swamp.
Well, and at least one of the runners has the Swamp small key too, don't they?
Oh,
nope. I'm full of.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Nope. We found the Swamp big key.
Yeah, we found the Swamp big. Yes. And hey, here's the other. Sure, that's not a long trip.
Are you sure you would like to not check the castle? We would like you to check the castle. TjMaelstrom has decided he's too cool for heart pieces at this point. Admittedly, that one's kind of obnoxious too.
And there's that Moon Pearl for Magnohato.
Jacob should be happy. The second runner was smart enough to get the safe chest first and the dangerous chest second.
It is just bombs, though, so it won't come back to hurt TJ here.
Yeah, I mean, he's presumably going to walk over there if and when he gets back. Well, when he gets back to beating Misery Mire.
And that was the Death Mountain Ascent. Death Mountain Ascent, which we know where it goes, so there's no point. Here's the other side of TR. He thought
do
about it.
have- I hope he goes back in a bit.
Yeah, we've got. There's a few chests you can check, like chain chomps and the lava chest at least.
Yeah. I find it interesting to see this hammer peg. I assume that if TJ goes south from here, he's going to pick up the smith.
Got Hype Cave with the big key to Hera. So both keys early, very nice.
And Magnohato makes I guess he's already done the rest of the desert, so when he got spat out at Desert Right, hop down to check Desert Ledge. That's not crazy.
And we did find the small key to Desert there. That is a nice find. So, and we know it's fairly convenient to get to, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's heaps of good desert entrances.
Yeah. There's the cape in the dam. So we can finally go check out where the bumper ledge connector is taking us.
TjMaelstrom showing off his Titan's mitts on the way to Shovel Game.
I would say this is a good time to pick up the smith, but we haven't found the blacksmith yet.
Yes, we have. It's Kakariko Elder Hut left.
Okay, that's not very far then. And we did get a powder. Hey, here's GT. Where was this? I missed it. Where he was entering from.
I would say that I was watching the screen, but my lovely partner just brought me a beer, so I was looking at her instead. Sorry.
But hey, there's GT, and we have the big key.
Have the big key. Let's see if Magnohato is excited to climb it. Now, this blacksmith, I think, is going to go on a world tour because there's no reason.
Probably Hookshot Cave. That makes the most sense because he was up on the mountain because that's where the uncle leads, or the back of the old man leaves. A second sword is nice.
Rogor! Uncle is in the pyramid.
And there's a small key to GT in GT. And was that a pod small? There's two small keys to GT in GT in Hookshot in Dark Magician's room.
Would you like to go upstairs? I think you would.
This seed is so saying go upstairs. It's saying you need to climb me right. You need to climb GT right now.
I was hoping that was going to be the compass to Dennis Tower. We already got that, unfortunately. All right, the Frog World Tour continues. Finding the bottom of Paradox Cave, which is slightly miserable. Because we can get in there if and only if we have a mirror.
At least we don't have to worry about checking it when we find it later.
I mean, it wouldn't. It's not. It's never in logic to go in that way. It wouldn't surprise me to see TJ come back there with a mirror at some point. With flippers in hand, we're off. We're taking the frog all the way to the shopping mall.
We did find a second Turtle Rock Small in GT here.
Does that have you excited to go into Turtle Rock?
No, but there's that Hyrule Castle small key. That has me excited to go back into Hyrule Castle. Because now I don't have to worry about abandoning anything.
Yeah. Now the indecision about which one of these ways do I go is moot.
Here's the Ice Palace and another palace.
Rock.
Turok. Yep, that's right.
Interestingly, Ice Palace is one of the things we're looking for, so at least we know that's not the pyramid.
And we got a connector here in Dark World, so our...
Frog World Tour continues.
Exactly. And setting up the... Hey, that's the Bootstock location, so... Just bringing the frog back to where he'd already visited. So one easy way to get this fairy out is you wait for him to... Bob, is you wait for him to hit the skull once, and then you pick it up then. And there's the big key of Eastern. So that's a beatable dungeon now.
So, the GT big key was in Eastern, but it didn't lock the Eastern big key. So, not actually a required double dip, but...
Are we going to see the frog going through GT? Because that would be hilarious.
Yep. As long as you don't beat it. Maybe if you do beat it. I don't actually know if the...
I have no idea, yeah. Yeah, the frog's coming along.
So...
And, yeah, Magnohato's decided not to.
If you get a crystal, the frog goes away.
Yeah, but GT isn't a crystal, it's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if like the Ganon cutscene counts as your follower slot.
Alright, but Magnohato making the right decision to save and quit and then go climb GT, so that way you don't have to worry about death warping or mirroring or anything like that.
But was he too cool to talk to the old man?
You don't have the... Oh, we found the cane. Where'd we find the cane? I completely missed that.
Found that a while ago. I think it was on the Frog World Tour.
Oh, I just missed it. Alright, so with that, TJ will be a check. We'll check more on the right side.
Aha, Wallmaster. Oh no. Is this a soft block because of the frog?
I don't think so. He's just...
Oh no, he's just holding the wall. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was deeply confused as to what was going on because the frog...
Yeah.
Like, did he get wall-mastered? The frog is like, nah, we're just staying here.
Wouldn't that be something? Alright, Tile Room has the boots. That's nice to find.
Boots. That pays you back your 30-second investment.
Here's the question. Can you do the... I guess bomb jump shouldn't affect follower slots, right? That shouldn't affect it. Yeah.
It's picking up another follower and the crystal pickup counts as a follower for reasons that are not...
No, is it gonna like interfere with it is what I was wondering.
Totally fine.
Okay, well good. Yeah, the boots will make this bomb jump a whole lot easier than it was before.
I enjoy this, like, let's clear out every damn enemy in this room, because otherwise this is quite obnoxious.
That looks good.
Nice.
Got it.
And the most important part of this whole setup is making sure that you come in, you go into the stupid room at the top here, so that you can actually. I think with the boots you don't have to, but
it's still nice.
Yeah, without the boots, super precise.
Oh, last frame. As Magnohato is fighting Lamos 2 here, before Lamos 1.
So I'm sure it's just a practice thing, but he's got a bow.
Oh wow, there's a mirror on the right side. That is a really good find.
All right, so at this point, TjMaelstrom is comprehensively winning. Are we doing like left, right, lefts here? Why are we doing left, right, lefts here? Why did we mirror?
Great question.
You could just finish doing the right side, mate. Or you could have finished doing the left side earlier. I don't get it.
I think it's not finished on the right side because he's a little bit low on magic, and that overall fight, or that overall corridor is kind of annoying to do with low magic. Doing full right.
Alright.
He does have a key, that's true. He doesn't know there's just 2 keys sitting in here.
That's fair.
Yep. I really want to see TJ beat this dungeon and then find out what happens when the Smith beats Agatu. I've never seen that before.
I don't know.
Oh, and Magnohato did, looks like, mess up the torches a bit there. But gets through without too much issue.
Second try, every time. Now, this next room is the one that's a real pain in the butt to do with just lamp. But knows the pattern.
Oh, careful, careful. There we go. Oh, that was very close.
First try, every time.
There we go. Magnohato is gonna get that key off the Helmosaur there. Not sure it's really needed.
I mean, he hasn't done. I mean, he might as well.
Yeah, I guess he's looking that way. He's doesn't have to worry about keys if he comes back to the left side, I guess. But I mean, he's already. I don't know. All right, but down goes Mini Moldorm, or not Mini Moldorm, Moldorm 2.
Yes, the second boss that he's beaten in this game.
That's the book.
This is all very exciting.
Yep. And up to Agatu we go.
How often does the tracker get to click GT is the first completed dungeon on the tracker?
Honestly.
Walter, Uncle is in the pyramid.
Yep.
Right, nothing back here.
Did
TJ's upstairs.
TJ not check the big chest?
He did it first, I think. I hope.
Oh, he did it first. Okay. I just missed it. So, but he did get the big chest, the big key. Yep, he got the big key to Eastern then. Which was in random rooms, of course. But down goes Aghanim for Magnohato, and TJ is climbing.
He's got 4+1 checks left.
Oh, that's right, because he didn't pick up what's on the torch.
On the boots required location? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's where we see if your commentators are actually confident and can count the drop downs. Hooray!
Yay!
This is one of the easier ones to keep track of because it's got a distinct palette. But...
Yep. Got a fisheye rupee and bombs.
Now that climb was a book, which is not nothing.
Could be required. Maybe.
Oh, I mean, very much required. But not the best item to get it here. But they're both going to do it. I think with the way that I think those three those 2 extra GT keys in here were like, if you weren't certain, get certain.
Yeah, you're climbing, buddy. I mean, it's not bait just yet, because if there's something on Ether tablet or something on Bombo's tablet, Or even something behind desert, because Magnohato doesn't have that mirror. It's completely worth it. Or at the desert entrance, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately for Magno, the good part of Tennis Tower is the part he didn't do.
Yeah. Oh, one he couldn't do, because he hadn't picked up that cane just yet.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's just unfortunate for him. Yeah, there was 2 GT small keys in Stelpo's tree. Just
TJ getting his revenge on the Wizrobes using Ether instead of cane there.
obviously not an MG rare. Turns out when runners do things that the commentators and the chat doesn't understand, there's lots of chat in the chat. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. We're not metered on chat here, so.
Very nicely done. Got it a bit quicker, but those boots will obviously help.
Oh, there's a bloomerang up here. That's definitely the thing that's going to make all the difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is what we're going to find out here very shortly, I hope, if TJ doesn't mirror out. Because he does have that to do that. I don't think he will, though. I think he wants to find out, too, what happens.
I mean, there's no reason... I mean, even if the Smith gets eaten, which I think might happen...
Yeah, he's got the mirror now. He can pick him back up and just check it out real quick in the Kakariko area.
I mean, it cost him, what, 5 or 10 seconds to pick up the Smith. Both of our runners doing slow pegs. Oh boy!
Oh, the frog's a ghost.
It's Aga Frog!
But only when you hold your sword out. Or only when he's teleporting. I guess they're on the same layer or something along those lines?
And who the heck knows? That is... It's excitingly weird. Yes, the mirror was such that they didn't have a chance to check top of the castle yet.
Alright, does the frog stay with him? Does he fly in? He does!
This is one of the best Frog World tours I think I've ever seen.
Oh, but apparently checking the uncle gets rid of him. After all of that, checking the uncle is what gets rid of him? Really? Really? That's such like a anticlimactic end. It's like you got through the hardest part, and then the uncle just says, "Nah." Uncle ate him. It's terrible. But with that mirror, TJ will be able to check a few more locations up here on top of Hyrule Castle.
And with sword in hand, we go in the middle.
Yeah, but you can take the frog to Ganon. I've seen that before. I've just never seen him beat Aga before. And there's nothing up here, so sure.
Yeah, that was not the most exciting
At least you can write it off for the rest of the game. Oh, we also got that powder that we can check now.
Yes, it's actually good routing by TJ. Remembering things to do while you're in the area.
Yep. And we will be getting that back of Hyrule Castle from Magno here.
Surprised he's doing the back first.
He got that key, right? So
Yeah, but can't mirror out of the back.
it's easier to death warp though with the rats than it is with the
Yeah, but it only bring you back as far as the throne room?
not in open or not in this.
Oh.
I don't think. And right now, especially because they're crickets, because it's a dark world, they're the murder roaches.
Fair.
So they're doing a ton of damage, so it shouldn't be too bad to death warp. Either way, it's easier than doing a death warp in Zelda cell with bombs. Or with the green guard.
And TJ remembers that he hasn't actually checked King's Tomb. Here we go. I think I was walking in the door. I've seen this place already. Oh wait, I knew that I'd seen this place already. It's got chests in it.
Alright, yep, and taking that death warp. And let's find out where he ends up. Yeah, back at the entrance.
Okay. That's a open world thing that I'd forgotten about, apparently.
As TJ's coming back into TR, coming into TR for basically the first time. Has a bunch of keys now, though, so we'll be able to do a lot more of this dungeon.
Well, and with the Candice Mario, really the
That
key
too.
to River Rock.
Yeah.
And of course, completing that maze backwards is real easy. You hold up.
And there's the fourth. So there's been a two GT keys in GT, and TR key in TR.
Not sure why Magnahato's setting up another death warp. I guess
Maybe
really
he
just wants
wants
to be back outside.
Yeah, maybe. Or he wants to take one of the other entrances out. Yeah, with that fourth key, you gotta do lava chest. There's no way you're leaving that behind.
In Crosskeys, you basically always do lava chest anyway, so...
That's fair.
Ether plus hammer. Nice.
Very nice.
Magnohato finishing up this death warp. Don't screw it up now. There we go.
And there's a big key in Zelda Stealth to Thieves Town, so it's very good our runners didn't scum a key.
Yep, that's in fact required.
That is required. Yep. That, however, is not.
I don't believe the runners have found the front door to Turtle Rock.
No, they haven't.
No.
We've also not found the west entrance. We found east, and we found what's it called?
I enjoy that you know
Laser
your
bridge.
east and your wests. I think I played too much Crosskeys. They're definitely laser eye entrance, and big chest entrance.
Yeah.
I don't know which way around they go.
We found Big Chest and we found Laser Bridge. We haven't found the Laser Eye and we haven't found Main. Alright, we can't do the two chests on the right side because, well, no fire rod.
But we can check the world's worst connector. I don't know where this could go. That's actually good. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
actually
pretty
good.
good.
But this is guaranteed to be a connector as well.
Oh, hey. Hello.
So the right door is always a connector.
Yep. But it turns out that West Turtle Rock went to East Turtle Rock. Yep, there's the cane. It was in Chicken Hut. Which we found pretty early on, but couldn't do.
TJ checking all the mirror drops here. Or mirror locations and drop locations.
Agina. Or just a single arrow of destiny.
A lot of work for an arrow. Agina's kind of a dick. Yeah.
That's Agina for you. Alright, so where are you headed now, TJ? Gonna be the standard entrance.
Going to the dark world. Like, jump.
Oh, he's going back to, as you were mentioning earlier, Paradox Cave with the mirror. Because that's 7 items and two entrances.
And this is the not illogical way to get in, but probably one of the other entrances would be somewhere you can get to.
Yep, they just haven't checked yet. And this is the one entrance of Hyrule Castle that we haven't seen, and it is fire rod locked.
And,
But all in that Dark World area there.
And Magnohato, having messed about as a bunny, clear out the back of Skullwoods. Not interested.
There is that small key to Swamp. Swamp is now fully in logic.
Yay!
Yay! No. Okay, Graveyard Ledge. Nice to find. Honestly, that might actually be a good entrance to go check out some of those boots checks right now. If this is nothing, that is.
Yeah. And it saves you a walk later. Speaking of mirror entrances. We have a book. We can just go in the front door of Desert. Seems like cheating.
That is true. And Magnohato is back in GT, so that is good for him if he continues on that right side. But we'll at least get the boots. Just a fairy, though.
So Magnohato doesn't have Fire Rod. Now this check is gonna be happy about it. But we'll see if he's excited about the bomb jump next room.
He's gonna try it.
Oh.
Swamp is fire rod locked after the first chest.
It's something in here. The one of the elements that's bringing Swamp into possibility is behind the Fire Rod, which is entirely it's not illogic. It's just entirely possible.
I mean, but the oh yeah, that's right, because it's mirror locked. That's right. Alright, looks like Magnohato has that bomb jump as well. Does not get grabbed.
TJ mirroring out in front of Ice Palace.
Oh, but Magnohato did not get all the torches in time, even after getting the bomb jump.
It's,
At least very proficient in the bomb jump. Gets it second time really quick.
I enjoy that TjMaelstrom is so used to walking around the campfire to get caught back in the water after a foot slipper and does it anyway.
He's... Alright, looks good. Oh no! He's going for it though, Magnohato. Just last frame there.
Full...
And then gets... At least he didn't get grabbed. At least he didn't get grabbed. But...
full sucker for punishment here.
Yeah.
Alright, the last try. Ugh.
Oh, well, that's it.
Yep.
No more health. That's unfortunate.
See what's in pod today? Just beer.
Honestly, there should be a petition to make that a connector because it's just a small bar. You should be able to lap over that, right?
I enjoy that they went to great lengths programming the back of the bar. Alright, we're back to Eastern. This time with the ability to beat it.
Yeah, our first crystal dungeon after we've beaten GT. That's very nice. Tempered Sword and Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah. Not say no to that.
Absolutely not.
Magno getting a start on the boots checks. So, it was suggested earlier that adding the checks counter from door randomizer to Crosskeys would be a good thing. Just so you, I mean, make our lives easier because we could say like, oh look, this person's done way more checks. Just food for thought for the community.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I mean, it feels like the sort of change that some people will be opposed to just because they don't like change. But I personally can't express a coherent argument as to why it would be a bad thing. All right, shopping mall. Also, I don't think it would be very hard.
Alright, there goes our first crystal dungeon for TjMaelstrom.
Definitely winning now.
Alright, and Magnohato also finding out that Turtle Rock and Ice Palace are our 5-6 crystals.
As is often the case in Crosskeys, we're an hour and a half in. We've beaten a dungeon. I guess a crystal dungeon. Now
but we do have between our two runners, we have the capability of beating two. Because we can also beat Thieves Town, because we have the small and the big key, I believe. Between the two of them.
Not according to our tracker.
Oh, no, just the big key. Okay. We can at least beat it. Doesn't mean we'll get everything from it.
He doesn't seem interested. I have to agree with him. I mean, he doesn't have the big key, but
he doesn't have the big key yet.
But
and we found Ice Rod. Where did we find Ice Rod? Was that in Eastern? Sunken Treasure. Okay, that's actually a nice find, especially since we know we do have to beat Turtle Rock at some point today.
It's the first of several ice rods out of the way.
Yep. considering it's key sanity, we do have quite a few ice rods in this.
Yes.
Or possibilities.
The role of Ice Rod will be performed by an understudy to be determined later.
My Pink Friday, the mirror is on the right side of Ganon's tower.
Means it's locked behind the Fire Rod, which is somewhere.
Somewhere.
And Magnohato just attempted to bomb jump lamp the right side room. Failed repeatedly. Almost succeeded several times, but actually failed. Whereas TjMaelstrom got it first try. And by 1 frame or 2 frames or something.
And we've got the
Go buy the bombs!
buy the bombs, dude.
Boo!
Whatever. You haven't even fought Vitreous yet, where the bombs would be useful. You know, if you had a sword lower than Master.
I mean, just... I don't know.
Eh.
No comment!
Hey, there's the key on the library there. And it is our fourth pod key.
Oh.
And I think 5th between our 2 runners.
As average frustrated gamer is pointing out in chat, 2 frames difference here is in fact going to turn out to be like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or more.
Especially considering that even if the mirror doesn't turn out to be required at all for any entrances, just the time you save based on not having a death warp is just so much faster.
Yeah. Well, and overworld roading. Not such a big deal here because the pearl was not early, but
no, it was not. It was so late, in fact, that Magnohato had both the hammer and the mitts before the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to go in Crosskeys. Now we got dashing around though. TjMaelstrom is not going to leave behind Zelda Cell. So.
We'll get that Thieves Town big. I think we need the thinking about Ped.
Fire Rod.
Fire Rod, yes. Just because of what locks the Swamp Palace.
Well, just at this point, the Fire Rod locks the mirror, and the mirror locks a whole bunch of stuff. So
that's true.
In general,
Fire Rod.
Fire Rod. We're not yet in the TjMaelstrom's not yet in the situation where it's Fire Rod or bust. So checking mirror locations still absolutely reasonable, but it would be nice if that thing turned up soon at some point.
Yeah, that is true. As we do get a Spike Cave check from Magnohato here. It's gonna pop that cape a little early, but I think that's because he has a little bit less magic. I think he's okay though, just barely. For a big key to Dark Palace. That's not one you want to find.
That's great. 10 bomb pack in the back of Escape is huge.
Alright, looks like Magnohato is coming back here to Eastern to go finish that off now. To get his first crystals of the match.
Yeah, there's not really any reason not to, I guess. It is... You're going to have to do it at some point. You have bow, boots, and the key. You know, you're going to have to come over here at some point.
That's true.
Might as well. Right, like, not getting any better.
Especially since we do have boots now, so a bit quicker to get back over here. Now we are getting our first catfish check, so this will be something new.
No. Magno was over here earlier.
Oh, he was?
What happens when I commentate 2 races in a row? My brain explodes. But I'm pretty sure Magno had to check this.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, chat. He did check it. Just a piece of heart.
But we know that this is more Turtle Rock. I think.
Desert.
No, more desert. More a place we've been. It's even on my phone.
We do have that small key, so we can check a couple more places here, so.
And boots, so we can get our 10 arrows.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because we want those considering we bought no more arrows, right?
Yeah. Well, there's lots of room in the quiver now. Or not. Sucks. We're walking out of catfish area? Apparently we're walking out of catfish area. I realize that this is often correct, but it makes me sad every time somebody walks out of catfish. Like, it's a long way.
Yeah. But this is probably the best way to get to this mirror portal anyways at this point. Or not the waterfall portal.
Yep. And
water portal. Words are hard sometimes.
Unfortunately, you've signed up for a volunteer position that involves you using words.
But this is a good way to get back to that Thieves Town, which I believe was here.
Yep. This rock entrance.
Yep.
We're gonna laugh, by the way, after the earlier Frog World Tour if the frog also has an essential item.
Yeah. Wow. That would be quite something. Or if the purple chest behind the frog.
Yeah.
But I feel like TJ is also very correct in the decision not to go back, just because.
Oh yeah.
You have so much more to check now.
I mean, basically, the next time you're in the area, you'll pick up the smith, but it's one check, and it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're at least going to have to go back there to do Moth at some point. Speaking of which, aren't we all glad we didn't try to do Moth with Spider Sword?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now at least we have Master on one side and Tempered on the other. As both runners are in Thieves Town now.
Yep. It's, I mean, in some sense, it's the next obvious thing to do.
Yep. That was a very curious bonk. Bonked, but then also got back into the spike, so didn't go very far.
Yeah. Zelda physics. Link to the past physics.
2.5D as it's called, right?
Yeah.
Magnohato's looking for that God Pixel, unfortunately does not get it. And there's a small key to this. No, it's Ice Palace. It's gonna be like we've already had one TR key in TR, 2 GT keys, one out of Thieves Town key in Thieves Town, right?
Yeah, let's not. Let's not. And that's the second Ice Palace key.
Yeah, we still haven't found Ice Palace.
All right, let's watch TjMaelstrom look awesome beating blind. Good so far.
Yeah, completely on script. Very nicely done.
Very nicely done.
For our
10
second
more
crystal.
arrows. And a crystal. 10 arrows. Come on. It's 10 times
Now
as
we
good
don't have
as
to
one
go
arrow.
back to desert for those.
And now we leave behind Turtle Rock, or not Turtle Rock, Thieves Town Big Chest, and hope we never have to come back for it.
That chest, that location is dead for our runners, both of them, in a moment here.
Well, it's dead-ish.
Deadish.
It's like Princess Bride. Mostly dead.
But how can someone be mostly dead? Well, you see, no.
The fact that they both abandoned it, of course, means that if there's something there, you and I get to commentate for another hour.
Of course. It's like... Alright, as TJ is coming back through Hookshot Cave to go to Meyer, which is probably a quicker connector.
Then
Check that one Bombos check, basically.
oh, he's got the mirror now, so we can get up on Desert Ledge.
And that's true, too.
And the checkerboard cave entrance, which of course got spat out at earlier. But
Alright, so what do we have at the Meyer entrance? Is it going to be anything useful?
oh, which of course, I believe that the entrances to Paradox Cave were such that it was mirror locked logically as well as practically.
Yes. Hey, here's Pod!
It's a good find. TjMaelstrom has somehow missed 2 pod keys that Magnohato has, so
Yeah.
he won't be able to.
He also doesn't have the big key yet because it's in Spike Cave.
Yeah.
But with 3 keys, we'll be able to do most of the dungeon. May have to leave behind a couple checks here and there. And the mirror will help her out a little bit as well.
I mean, hopefully we don't use the mirror, because then we have to do the right-hand side twice.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess we're probably doing it. Either we're doing the right-hand side twice, or we're going through the front door.
I guess if you're not worried about the boss, which without a big key, I'm sure TJ isn't, he could go ahead and check both like Harmless Hellway and also the big key chest. Hey, the Compass of Pod in Pod. So yeah, with just 3 keys, he could get all the checks in this dungeon except for the boss.
Blinking at I wouldn't choose. I guess logically this is the one that's it logic. It's not though. Anyway, this is that's not the place I would have spent a key. But
well, I don't think TJ's planning on beating this dungeon, right? So with 3 keys and doing Hammer Yump, he can get everything but the boss. He doesn't have the big key to get to the boss anyways, so that's probably his thought, I would assume.
Yep, now we get to go through the bomb site again.
Yep. And it looks like Magnohato is also coming right back to coming to Pod. But this time he has the big key and 5 keys, so he could beat this dungeon.
and doesn't have to mess about with the bow side quite as much.
That's true.
Doing the bow side once is acceptable. Doing the bow side like 4 times, which sometimes you see happen, a little less acceptable.
Looks like TJ's trying out the hog clip, I think it's called. But got a little
that
unlucky with some enemies.
This feels needlessly cute.
Yeah, he's going around now.
I don't know how much time that the rail clip actually saves, but not enough.
I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool.
I am always in favor of runners doing things that make them feel clever and look cool.
There's our second CT key, so we can get our first CT key, so we can get that second chest, and the mirror shield.
Man, I don't want to go do the second chest in Castle Tower. That location. Way to have my priority list.
Do that. What that small key that Magnohato just found does for him is that now he can actually beat Skullwoods. Earlier he could not, as he had spent that second key by accident.
Entirely on purpose, but
yeah,
maybe ill-advisedly.
Yeah.
He fell into the pinball room and
chose
to leave, I guess.
Alright, so Pod so far hasn't really had anything for us. Well, there's a sword that is nice.
There. And while we're in the area, we might as well go get that second chest in Castle Tower.
It is very convenient, seeing as it's right here.
Yep. And Magnohato, with bow and Samari in hand, chooses to, after completing the right-hand side, go straight to the back. Which is a fairly efficient route.
This will give, and because he doesn't have the mirror, so this will put him right back at the front of the dungeon, which is nice for him.
Yeah, it's
Let's see if that second chest has anything. It has a big key to Meyer, so that is required. So that dip into Pod, unless there's another small key to Castle Tower sitting somewhere more convenient, was absolutely required.
Yeah, that's the second kind of terrible big key location we've had in this seed after the Zelda's cell.
I don't think there can be a pod key on Helmasaur, if that's what you're referring to, Eternal.
No, in Castle Tower.
Yeah. Oh, in Castle Tower. Okay, yeah, there could be a pod key in there, which would have been dumb. That would have been really stupid. Oh, hey, we got Lion's Hut. Won't find the fire rod in here yet, for sure, but still could have items for us. And keys. Or just has nothing.
Yeah,
as down goes Helmasaur.
A map that we definitely don't need.
The big key of desert. Ugh.
Well, whoever's dreaming pod dreams in chat. Sorry, head dreams. Keep dreaming.
Yep. Still need that big key. I still need that fire rod, but once we have it, we'll be in logic.
We'll be cooking with logic.
We'll be cooking with logic.
And at this point, my ability to remember which things are locked behind the mirror, locked behind the fire rod, is declining. Because TJ doesn't have a pod big key.
TJ was short of the pod big key and also 2 smalls. But yeah, we are a fire rod and a TR big away from go mode. So the likelihood of that TR big being on the pedestal is very slim to none.
I mean, it's 1 in 216.
Yeah, but logic-wise, with the items we've gotten, what's locked behind it all, it just makes it a lot less likely, I feel like.
I mean, the Turtle Rock Big Key won't lock. It can be behind basically everything. It can be in sphere last, and so
yeah,
right, all it does is block Homosaur, which is 1 item check, and which itself is locked behind a bunch of crap. So the runners should be hoping like heck that the Turtle Rock Big Key turns up before the Fire Rod does.
We're still looking for Hera though. We haven't found Hera at all.
No, but we're pretty close to having all accessible entrances except for the Fire Rod.
Well, even with the Fire Rod really unlocks 1 entrance, which is the back of Skull Woods, and we already know what that is because that's the right side of Hyrule Castle.
You're absolutely correct.
Yep.
I had forgotten that we got spat out there. So I decided it wasn't interesting, so I didn't mark it on my map.
I mean, that makes sense. Alright, there is the gold sword for Magnohato.
Death Warp, now sadly more slow than it used to be.
So yeah, for chat, the mirror is on the right side of GT, which is Fire Rod locked, and so far that has locked things like the Swamp Palace small key, the Desert big key. So far at least the pedestal's locked behind that Fire Rod, as TJ is making real quick work of Argus here.
Certainly, the answer to what's locked behind the mirror is enough that the Fire Rod locks the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
It certainly locks the pedestal. There's the Meyer Big Key that we found earlier on TJ's stream.
As,
once again, giving guards hugs. But we're missing, at the very least, the Ice Palace entrance, Hera entrance.
We're looking for Ice Palace as well.
Looking at...
We also haven't found that Witch's Hut, which we know where the mushroom is sitting and we can get now.
We haven't made it to Hera Main, the actual Hera entrance. We haven't made it to... Or TJ, just looking at TJ's stream.
Yeah.
The Turtle Rock front entrance. The middle... The Turtle Rock escape entrance, which can't be a dungeon. And the middle, and a couple of entrances on East of Mountain. There's not a ton of doors we haven't gone through yet.
Also, by the way, for anyone wanting to learn that bomb jump in the back of Skull Woods, it's probably the easiest bomb jump you can do. All you have to do is line yourself up on the wall on the left, walk over, set a bomb down. That's it. That easy.
And then remember what it looks like, because that's the same spacing you want on all the other bomb jumps.
Very nice Mothula fight there. Over before you can blink. For red mail, sure.
Tablets have not been checked.
Yeah, neither of the tablets have been checked. But at this point, I think both tablets are still locked by the mirror, so the fire rod can't be there. Because you either have to mirror at the top of Death Mountain, because we don't have a way, any other way to the top of Death Mountain yet.
You have ways to the top of Dark Death Mountain. That doesn't, of course, help.
And with the mirror, we can get there, but it's just not in logic without the fire rod.
Yeah.
And then Bombo's tablet is always mirror locked unless it's inverted.
Yes.
Vanilla fire rod is not possible, unfortunately, because we did have Magnohato go through here earlier, and it was not there.
Red Yoshi.
Actually, when Magnohato came in here, did he have that Skullwood's big key yet?
I don't believe so.
There was one of those pod keys. Well, TJ does, so he'll be able to check out that big chest. So we could still have a vanilla fire rod. I stand corrected.
He seemed uninterested in it. Which... He's done plenty of other bomb drops.
I think he was planning on getting that small key from the other place, and looks like Green Pendant is nothing, as it was just a piece of heart.
Magnohato really wanted that to be something. Alright. TJ will unfortunately... Oh, I was off to check the pedestal for y'all.
We'll get to find out whether that TR big is sitting up there. The answer is... a map to Mire. No, Swamp. Or is that a compass?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a compass, alright.
Strongly don't care. We'll immediately
strongly don't care.
I think if you're ahead, Telethar, that if you think you're ahead, that pedestal check makes sense. Because one of the ways you can become not ahead is by it being there.
Yep, so the two pod keys that TJ did not have were both in Swamp, or both in Skullwoods. Okay, I think TJ was about to save and quit, and then realized he had the big key.
Yep. The magic of looking at your tracker just in time, I think. Oh, boots. This is the other relatively easy to set up bomb drop in the game. Bonk off the statue. It mostly puts you in the right spot.
I did not know that.
It doesn't actually put you in the right spot, but it's there. If you hold down the correct combination of things while you're bonking, it mostly works. There's a tutorial on the Discords, I promise. Not as free as I'm pretending it is. But it's not. It's a relatively easy setup.
But to be fair, that's also not a huge time loss if you fall in that hole, because you're not walking too far back to that. It's not like Hera.
Telethar's explanation in chat is about equivalent to my explanation, which is to say, hand wavy, but...
Yep. Alright, we are turning in that Smith now. After the Giant World Tour came to that very anticlimactic end.
These guys can totally make a fire rod. These guys have been in Logic for ages.
They can. You're right. They absolutely can. Wow. If not for the If not for the frog being eaten by the uncle, we would have had that so long ago on TJ's side.
Oh boy, we're following Bumper Cave. Oh, hey, this goes to a couple places that Maelstrom hasn't been yet.
And now this is in logic.
Let's go do it.
Just looking for an ice. Well, it's a is this a worse ice rod? The TR Big Key, just because it's more of an insult than it is.
In
like, no.
a very practical sense, it locks exactly as many things as the ice rod, as the literal ice rod does. And the ice rod is actually useful.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you're not getting an ice rod hunt. You're getting a TR Big Key hunt.
TJ making use of his shiny new fire rod.
Alright.
Oh boy. Magnohato.
Oh, did he not go turn in the smith yet?
Nope.
Oh no.
He too cool for doing this in logic.
For just the map. And TJ's not even gonna pick up the pendant because he knows there's nothing on pedestal. I mean, it might not have been a bad idea to pick it up anyways, just because you get that magic refill.
Okay. So now TJ is down to just finding a couple of entrances. There aren't that many left. That one already made. The mirror and check these ones. Ugh.
You might even go check out the... Have we never... we might actually even go check out what's the opening for the Tor Rock entrance. See, use that bombos there and open it up and see what's there. Alright, there's the Ice Palace.
I mean, there's really not that many doors left on this tracker.
No, there's really not.
Like,
there we go. Magnohato gets the.
All right, Magnohato gets a mirror. Someday soon, he will catch up. Yeah, he's gonna be real sad in a moment.
Yeah, this isn't gonna feel good for him. Yep, there it is.
Stoic reactions, full stoicism. Not even a sad face. Oh no, there we go.
No, there was a bit of an exclamation there at the end. So when Magnohato does find this Ice Palace, he'll also be able to complete it here, even without that Fire Rod, because he has Bombos.
And Canis Maria. We get to do
and Canis Maria.
Walking through walls.
First try.
TJ has 2 Ice Palace smalls, which I think means he shouldn't have gone back and hit the Crystal Switch if he knows the route for not hitting the Crystal Switch. But it's marginal, and you have to learn a whole other route through Ice Palace, which is obnoxious. So, all right, let's see if something's in Turok. I suspect this is Hera. Nope.
It is not, but it's Quake and $300.
What's this left? The pyramid?
Yeah, because this will give us the other 5-6, right? No, pyramid. Yeah, because we can now go beat Turtle Rock. Well, no, we can't. Never mind.
But someday
key.
we can go beat Turtle Rock and then get to the pyramid.
Yeah.
Like, Hera's got to be somewhere.
Gotta be, right? Half Magic is a nice find.
if it's not somewhere, then we get to have a redo.
Yeah. Here's one of our first tablet checks.
I'm not entirely sure why TJ didn't do this before entering.
It had to be a big key to rock, right?
No, I mean there's a couple other places it could be, but
no, I'm saying we've seen all the big keys. I feel like.
Yep, Magno hasn't, but yes, we.
Yeah, Magno hasn't, but we have. Yeah.
And that's why you check the tablet before you go into the dungeon, ladies and gentlemen, and others.
So that'll be at least go mode in terms of items, and not much left. There's the flute. That's
it's go mode for TJ when he gets there.
Yeah.
Magnohato still needs to go find the fire rod.
Yeah, that is true.
And the Desert Palace big key, and no, not the Desert Palace big key.
No, the Desert Palace big. Yeah, that was pretty useless.
Yeah, that's it. Just the fire rod at the Smiths. Let's see if Magno's icebreaker is as smooth as TJ's. No.
He's only got one shot, a couple shots at this because he is low on magic. That's too far. That looks good. Nope. There we go.
And missed the spin on the pups. That's unfortunate. It's not.
He's got red mail. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. It's just like 20 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Enough to make you feel dumb, but not enough to make you lose the race.
Yep. I don't think... Is he go moding? No, he's not. He's looking. He's checking stuff.
I mean, Magnohato needs a fire rod.
Yeah. He skipped 2 chests. Oh.
Now, he should know.
Fire rod is required this seed because of Turtle Rock, yeah.
But it can't be here.
Oh, that's right.
He's checked all the ways up here. There's no connector here. This is a mirror locked location.
That's right. That's why he's go moding. Alright, here's the TR.
Which is good logical deduction, right? Like being able to figure out that this location is cannot possibly have the fire rod is not trivial, especially when you're busy thinking, busy running around.
Does he have a potion though? A green potion at least?
Hope so.
Because but yeah, Bombos, never mind. Bombos, that's enough for 1 Bombos usage. We're good. Alright, and now the hunt for Hera begins. Once we beat Turtle Rock. It should also be a pretty quick fight. We've got Gold Sword.
No jokes. I think that according to TJ's map tracker, it's at Pyramid.
Like he's just checked everything else.
Yeah. He didn't check Turtle Rock Main. But...
That's right.
Which surprises me a bit. Like, I'm not sure why he didn't. But... It's not the world's cleanest Trinix fight, but... I mean, if Magnohato big brains it's on Smith, then he's not too far behind. But
yeah, but he has to find it first.
Yeah, there's no reason to expect him to prioritize that check. Laser Bridge is somewhere super convenient. Eastern Palace Ferry.
Star for the fire rod is we just found it on the Smith.
Looks like we're checking Turok front before we mess about with the bomb shop. Reasonable.
Yeah. And I guess it makes sense to leave it behind when it's right next to the uncle or right next to the old man.
Yeah,
The smith is just in Kakariko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elder house left.
Yep.
And we get to see both the medallion locked locations today. Like, I'm pretty sure TJ is going to literally last location, Tower Fair.
Alright, and Magnohato is going to go ahead and check out that smith now.
It's not where the smith lives, mate.
Yeah, this is just, oh, he remembered. He remembers. He remembers. Or not.
Oh, he's going to remember in a moment.
He's gonna remember now. There we go.
Hey, chat, be reassured that there was a facepalm involved.
That's just muscle memory, yeah.
The fact that it's actually nearby makes it even worse, because, you know, if it's somewhere halfway around the world, you kind of remember that, and you look on your tracker, but, it's in Kakariko, whatever.
Yeah. Alright, there's that fire rod. Where is TJ going now? Oh, he doesn't know that the fire rod entrance to the right side Hyrule Castle. He's gonna go check that first.
Didn't he? No.
Magnohato's the one that got spit out. He didn't check out the right side of Hyrule Castle yet.
Yeah, and he was just over here to check Ped, like, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Without
that fire rod at that point, but...
No, yeah. It was quite unfortunate. And he's going to be kind of mad that he didn't check the castle exits. I think at the time he could have checked the castle exits. He basically could go anywhere, but...
He had a lot of things to do, yeah.
Well, and he was no longer particularly interested in connectors.
Yeah.
Chat asks the very reasonable question, why is Magnohato still opening chests? The answer is, I don't know.
The bomb shop's all the way in Dark Shopping Mall, so it's not a close thing to get to. Oh, we also have this one location that we haven't checked.
Did they never check Race Game Left?
Nope, because the mirror had been firelocked for so long. And the arrow game didn't move very far, it just swapped worlds and moved over a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like TJ's gonna go activate that flute for the hell of it, I guess. I guess it'll make it a little bit easier after you beat Hera.
Sure. But if you're going to activate your flute, why did I
don't know.
I actually think activating the flute here is totally correct, because Ganon's at Useless Fairy, which is obnoxiously hard to get to.
That's true.
Like, whether or not the Race Game Left was...
Actually, can you flute with the big bomb?
Yes.
Then actually that would make it a lot easier to get that big bomb back to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
But you have to flute with it, okay? Because you can't save and quit with it. That's right.
Yeah, and you can't swim with it. Oh.
Well, you can splash delete with it, right? So you can.
I think you use it.
Sorry, not splash delete. You can do the what's it called? Bomb dupe with the mirror.
Yeah.
To keep it, but I don't know if there's any convenient locations here to dupe it. So if that's the case, and this is where Hera is, go modding Ice Palace was probably not a great idea from Magnohato.
Bomb is willing to tell you not to take it into scary dark caves. That was less efficient than usual looting.
As we walk the bomb back. And use some hookshot to dash.
Yeah. I believe he in fact went left 9 times, which is why it was extra inefficient. There we go.
There's Hera.
I missed a couple of locations, but eventually it came down to the pyramid.
Yeah, so that flute was absolutely required then.
No, you can, according to Wally, if you walk in off the dock, you can take the bomb in the water, which is a thing I did not know.
I did not either.
Also, he could have mirrored and then just like walked all the way to
That's right, but that is so annoying.
Yes, but the logic does not care about how annoyed you are.
That's true. That is true. The
It
logic
cares
does
about
not
how
give.
possible it is.
Logic does not give a single care in the world. Alright, that's the 7th crystal, so we shall be heading straight to GT from here.
Oh. Via the Duck Express to the Witch's Hut. And say hello. Is the Witch have a canonical name? Does anybody know?
For the Witch's Hut, or for...
The actual witch.
I don't know. I actually have no idea. I don't think so.
Man, that is not the message I needed right now. Because, let me tell you, it's 20 past 11 and I'm hungry.
Alright, so silvers were probably in Swamp, right? Considering we've cleared out most of the seed.
Seems like...
We'll find out in a moment here, though. Easttown. Oh, so they were in the big chest. So where was that small key then, I guess?
Swamp.
Swamp, gotta be.
It doesn't gotta be, but that's by far the biggest reservoir of unchecked locations. TJ has the torch glitch, has half magic, pretty sure has at least one magic potion.
Only a couple hits away though, so Just one, actually.
Should be academic from here. Should be extra academic from here. Please. Please, mama, no whammies. Successfully walks across the bridge.
And TjMaelstrom has finished with an official race time GG time of 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 45 seconds.
With one of the dumber Triforce quotes. Congratulations to TJ. And the behind-the-scenes staff will presumably be hassling him to come talk to us in a moment. Speaking of which...
GG TJ, congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
The literal last entrance. Tara.
Yeah, that's right. I was getting nervous. I'm like, did I mess that up?
Well, I missed that you hadn't checked race game left, and so I thought it was Pyramid like from 10 minutes ago.
I see.
But
I was kind of hoping it wasn't because I didn't want to go through the whole rigmarole of getting the bomb and going there.
Yeah. So you sequence broke that mirror.
Yes,
and oh boy, did you sequence break that mirror. Well,
yes, I did.
That turned out to be quite important.
Yeah.
And I think the moment your frog got eaten by your uncle, after taking him on a deluxe cruise of the entire freaking game.
Yes.
Knock your uncle and he just eats the frog.
Yeah.
I
wasn't sure. I've never actually gotten that like that before, so I wasn't sure if I would eat it up, but it happened.
Yeah, it turns out that your uncle lifting up his arms is your follower slot.
Oh well.
I mean, anyway, the moment that happened, I was like, it'd be really funny if something was on the Smiths. And then, what, like 40 minutes later.
Yeah, little did I know, I had the fire rod with me the whole time.
The whole time?
The whole time! Oh, well. Well, I didn't want to... If you noticed, I got the mirror, and I'm like, I'm not chasing this thing until I get this fire rod, because this is an important item. If Turtle Rock wasn't a crystal, I may have just eschewed and just gone on with it. I mean, like, nah, I can maybe get by without it, but since Turtle Rock was necessary, I couldn't, in good conscience, like, leave it behind all that much. So I went chasing it, and then finally ran out of things to do. But neither was I going to sacrifice convenience just because I got my mirror out of sequence. So I checked everything I could with the mirror while it was convenient.
Yeah.
It looks like Magnohato has gone ahead and forfeited after checking race game and probably doesn't want to go get the big bomb and take it all the way over. Because he does not have the flute, so he'd have to walk it all the way to the Pyramid Ferry.
I don't... Can you? No, you can't. You need the flute.
You mirror out.
You mirror...
Oh, you can mirror out and then do it. Yeah, that's right.
And then walk all the way around South Shore, which sounds like the most fun thing you could possibly do.
It is not, in fact. Very much not. Yep. Very much not.
And also, as chat informed us, apparently, if you walk off one of the docks or whatever, like the stairs down to the water, the bomb will follow you there.
The docks work. Okay, learn something new every day. That's great.
Yeah.
Right. This one made my head spin. Like, sheesh. Yeah. I mean, I knew I had to do the GT climb pretty early. Once I had bow and lamp, and I'm like, just give me the GT big key so I can climb this thing.
You and Magnohato both actually were on the climb at the same time.
Is that a fact?
Like an hour in, it was both your first dungeons cleared. Just very silly.
But
But
Magnohato had not done the world tour yet, so didn't have the cane, so could not get those boots in right side.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And then he did come back later for them, but did fail the bomb jump on the right side. Well, he didn't fail the bomb jump, he just didn't get the torches all lit, unfortunately.
Yeah, that could be finicky, especially without the boots.
Which were fortunately the room before.
Yeah. So we had them. Okay.
But I think he missed it by like a frame or two, and you only made it through that door by a frame or two.
I barely made it myself.
Yeah, that's like 3 frames that turned out to be 25 minutes or something, right? Like,
what a shame.
The other thing I want to comment about on the Frog World Tour is, did you notice the frog in Agatu?
It was like ethereal.
Yeah, it got the like layering in and out of the Agatu ghosts, which is super neat. Never seen that before.
That is awesome. Cool.
Is that Magno joining us? Welcome, Magno.
GG Magno.
How you
GG
feeling?
Magno.
He's still on mute, so hopefully
He's muted.
will join us shortly. Yeah, that was not the most straightforward entrance race I've seen, as can be told in part by the number of connectors you have marked on your map. Egads.
It is. It's a web. This is a web of connectors.
Oh, so GG's. My mic was muted. Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Welcome.
Hera was my very last entrance. Now I didn't know I could just mirror and walk all the way around. I didn't think of it.
Yeah,
but yeah, that would have been my last option anyway. I didn't find the flute. I thought I was in go mode for if I find the fire rod, and I didn't want to look in Ice Palace or somewhere else for maybe the flute, because I thought I can reach every entrance by now.
That flute was in Ice Palace.
Yep.
Yeah, it was one of the like 2 chests you skipped in Ice Palace. And we thought you were being very clever for knowing that nothing could be there, because the fire rod couldn't be there. And then, yeah, it turns out the flute was useful. What did you think, Magno, overall?
It was a very tricky seed, I guess. I mean, everything was required, like a double dip into Castle Tower, the climb for the book, and everything. The connectors were very mean to get to the mountain, and I couldn't figure out which was the worst thing to do, but there was many.
Yeah.
Well, that mountain was a real pain in the neck. I think the best connector I found up the mountain, besides the mountain cave, was a bomb jump in Kakariko to the right side.
Yeah, the bomb jump across Spec Rock, which is out of logic.
Why do I have 4 bees?
Every fairy was bees, and you got like 2 bees from
4 bees.
You used those on something. 178 collection, not bad.
When I find the fire rod, I thought, damn, I only have to go for Trinex and then find Hera and I'm done, because Ganon was right there. I was looking at race time. Oh, he isn't finished yet. I have a chance, but then I was looking for many entrances then.
Yeah, that mirror was I didn't go. I sequence broke it in GT and I didn't chase it, and I found the fire rod pretty late, but I was routing in mirror checks along with my pathing, so I got some of that done. And then by the time I had my go mode was a Turtle Rock Big Key, because I didn't get back to the mountain for a long time, and I decided not to do any out of the way mirror checks until I got that fire rod. But once I did, then everything started to come together.
So not the whole difference, but it certainly was a major difference, was your difficulties with the sequence break on GT right side, Magno.
The first try was, I think, my best on my first dip into, but then I got hit by the Stalfo and missed it by a margin, like the timing. It was
So this is why you kill all the things. The things!
Yeah, I don't... dang. I had fire rod to my last location on either Smith or Purple Chest, I think. I think I didn't have anything else left at this point.
Yeah, pretty close.
And then I knew fire rod can't be behind the mirror, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
lost a lot of time by my low equipment GT climb and my failed right side sequence break. Yeah.
I mean, you guys both did. You guys were both climbing GT at the same time with more or less the same stuff. The trackers got to tick off your GT climb first each, which feels very silly.
It is really silly.
The one comment the chat would like to remind you of is when you're doing that conveyor, the GT right bomb jump, is dodge down rather than dodging left when you're dodging the fire.
Yeah, it works every time. You're still on the same. You're still on the same. Y-axis, so it's great.
All right. And to any further questions for our runners? I hear a German accent, so it's 12:30. It's 12:30 in Germany, so probably we should let our runners go if you have no further questions.
No questions for me, just GGs, and I just want to say to our chat, give a follow to these runners. They put on a great show with this twisty, windy seat that they had. And also give a follow to my co-com, who's been a pleasure to commentate with, and also our trackers, Jinxie and Siberian, and also our restreamer, Norinato.
Yeah, Nori's going to advertise some stuff.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. It was great.
Yep, GG's to both the runners, and good luck in your upcoming matches. Thank you, Excalibur and Prism, for doing commentary. Always appreciate it, and thank you, Jinxie and Siberian, for tracking. So if you are like me and you love Crosskeys, we have another match coming up in just under 2.5 hours. However, I don't remember the names of the runners because I'm a fluffhead. So, but you can always check the schedule. And I guess I know it's late for some of us, and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna let y'all go.
I just looked at the clock, and it is pizza time.
Yes, I'm gonna eat dinner.
Yeah.
So
yeah, thanks for the restreams. Thanks for watching, and thank you guys. You're awesome.
Thank you so much. Take care, and we hope to see you again.
Thanks for the good race, Magno. Glad it was as close as it was.
Yeah, good race. Thank you. GG's.